Hey. Stay, Cinnamon. Heel. Hey, this is probably like unpopular opinion, or like I don't know if I should share this, but you know, your little ginger ale Shasta soda can. Look, you could put a 6-pack in there. Nobody knows it better. So I had what everybody's freaking fear is. At the truck, at the pumps, filling up bikes and cans, and I hear some like whistling, and like I glance over and it's the old dude. Like everybody has the old dude at the gas pump, and he's like walking straight for me whistling, and I'm like, oh God, here he comes. And everybody has that guy. Like you've all had it happen. Like the old dude comes up, you know, oh, there's some fancy looking toys there. You know, back in my day, we had to kickstart them things, the old 500s. They'd kick back. One time broke my leg in two. Cause I'm a man and you're a pussy. Have a good day. And you're just like, what the If you haven't had that happen to you, it will. All the time. There has to be like some old dude just like comes up and just straight up has to like compliment you on your bikes and the fact that you ride, and then just shit all over you for like not being like his generation. Look at that. Hasn't been started at all today. Changed complete elevations, different areas, just the Smart Carb is badass. Be moving my brake lever and my shifter around a little bit today. Not sure. But we'll see with the new gearing and new pegs and all the things, how this bike performs out here. And I'll be interested here to see how much different this I'll be interested to see how much different this 48 tooth rear sprocket's going to be on my bike. There was a frog in the creek, so I'm assuming what it's going to do is first gear, see there's the stall. That's where I'm going to be moving this out slightly. But with it being able to run better in second at a lower deal, that gives me a little bit of a longer tooth gear. Like you can see, I'm just crawling over this stuff in second, but I'll still have the ability to pull a little harder on top before I have to shift, I think. But we'll see if I like it or not. Definitely not going to have a first gear, much of a usage for first, that's for sure. And also I got to get the bike warm. You know how that goes. Definitely got to get the bike warm. let the bikes get warm. That's the other thing with that clutch drag thing is we'll see once the bike and the transmission and clutch actually gets warm how it settles down. As you can hear it, it still needs to warm up. Take it easy right here and make sure the whiff gets around that first switchback.
My front end's a little washy, but it's because of the dirt.
So far, shifting and downshifting with these new pegs does not seem to make me want to change my shifter and location. I'll get on some downhill stuff and see if it affects my rear brake pedal. I usually like my rear brake pedal a little high, so if anything, it just made my rear brake pedal 5 millimeters higher. You can do is like back up a little bit, get that rocking, whoa, I found traction. Tubeless and gummies for the win. I shouldn't teach anything. We're gonna have to pick your front end up and pull it over. That was the only thing when it was going over. I was like, oh, don't fuck the pipe up any more than it's done. There we go. Whew. So what I was trying to show you, I went a little on the extreme side. I'm not used to a clutch and a recluse. The recluse totally fucking wigged me out. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna let off and like let it stall right here, but it's a recluse, so it didn't stall. And then like I'm barely on the throttles. I was like, and then I was in the green map on those climbs up. And like I was talking about, like, yeah, this is right out the truck, man. Like, there's no warm-up spot before you get here. Oh, there's another switchback. So, this bike on this really dry, slick, nasty crap in the white map is where the bee's knees is. Woo! timid, but don't take it in as any way. Like I don't even feel that good. And the whole thing with this part of the trail is because this is all literally right out of the truck. No, you're not warmed up. Nobody's warmed up. It's switchbacks. That one we went through down there is the hardest one. But it's just like you're on this edge. The bike feels weird. You're not warmed up yet. The bikes aren't warmed up yet. And so like this whole first section, people are always like, God damn, like this section. That's why I always tell people to take it easy on this section and don't like blow yourself out before you get to the fun stuff and you get warmed up.
Yeah.
So that's 100%. Like, yeah, this thing in the this sucker in the white map is definitely a tractable machine. What I felt with these pegs that are 5 millimeters lower and 5 millimeters back is that doing the switchbacks, I don't even want to attempt to sit down. Yeah, it's soft and slick. Yeah, I don't even want to sit down. I feel like I'm just in the perfect position already. My weight and my hips are back a little, so like just coming around stuff on this real slick, getting the traction, it's actually making a difference. Kind of impressive, just changing little things like that, just a different position on the peg. It's pretty sick.
But I never dab. Take a break. Restart. What is going on? Oh my God! I want to die! I have so much fucking arm pump right now. Why?
There. Now you can see, the entire dirt and everything's changed posture. It's a lot firmer. Good base to it now. It's back to like mountain trail. Little powwow about riding, working on individual confidence and skill sets, and just understanding, sometimes there's a certain trail or area that just can humble you. It is what it is, man. Like, and you got to accept that we can't be beasts everywhere. Everybody has a weak point. Everybody has a spot that they'd like to do better, that they struggle. And for me, like, I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. I grew up racing desert and the National Hare and Hound Series and stuff like that. That's what I grew up doing. And from a kid on to a teenager into a young adult till I was 18, 19, I raced desert races. And that's what I wanted to do for a job for a long time. I got really close to doing that. really good friend of mine that was a factory KTM rider that kind of took me and another friend under his wing, and we'd go out and ride with him every day of the week, and that was David Como. And you know, after becoming good friends with him and hanging out with him all the time, we got to where we, you know, it was just more like, if you've ever been totally into a sport or totally obsessed with something, and the pros that do it, you start to give them almost like this superhero complex. Almost like they're untouchable people. And so like getting to know Dave and hanging out with him and riding with him, it kind of just set in like, dude, this is like a normal dude. He's just like us. He has the same attitude. He's goofy. We mess around, have fun. Like, this is a doable thing. And so I started really bearing down. I got some good sponsorships. I think I had a deal with Renthal, the EKS brand goggles when they were first coming out, O'Neill, Dunlop tires. Local place started helping me with race bikes, which were Cowies in the desert, was what I was on. And I started really getting into it and getting to speeds and levels where like I could have got there maybe. I mean, there was a chance, I guess. Different avenues, different life, you know. I went to be a patrol officer and all the things, so. But now I just ride for fun. And I remember back then, all the time I used to watch, you know, back in the day was like David Knight and Graham Jarvis just going at it with the hard enduro. And I always saw the hard enduro stuff, like, it was so sick, dude. Like, those dudes doing the gnarliest freaking shit on mountains with bikes, like Romaniacs and everything. It was just wicked. And I always had this, like, deep down obsession with hard enduro. And so, like, but Racing Desert and like the sponsorships that those guys, you know, were helping me out and supporting me and all the things, like, I guess as a kid, not knowing, I took it a little more serious than I probably should have. I wasn't a pro, obviously, but I was trying to get there, and in my thought, I was like, you know, I want to go learn hard enduro skills and all that stuff, but these guys aren't helping me out and giving me all this cool shit and help to go do hard enduro and smash it all up. They're doing it to like race desert. And so I just stuck with the desert racing stuff. And now that I'm an adult and I pay for my own stuff and buy my own things, and, you know, going in the desert and getting absolutely freaking yard sailed and yeeted across the desert at 80 miles an hour does not feel good anymore. It hurts a lot more than it used to. And so there was part of that that's like, I don't want to really push my limits out here anymore at this age that I'm at. And one of my attractions to riding is constantly challenging myself and pushing for new skills and new limits, and just learning and challenging and trying to see what I can do on a dirt bike. And finally I'm at the point where, like, enduro stuff intrigues me so much. Like, I've always been obsessed with how guys have such amazing low speed motorcycle control and skill. It's so impressive. So that was one side of it. And then the other thing is, like, I just really, like I said, like, the desert crashes at high speed hurt. And doing enduro stuff now, like, your bike suffers a little more if you crash. You know, you're breaking more parts on the bike and everything. But your body, for the most part, there's just times you get hurt, but for the most part, your body comes out with just, you know, cuts, bruises, you know, a lot less broken bones and torn ligaments and concussions that I used to get in the desert. So it's just a different avenue that I've always wanted to try, where I can go challenge myself at a much different style of riding. Not so much about speed and more about bike control and bike setup and all the things. And like, it's really fun. And that's where anybody watching my channel might get confused because I'm all about hard enduro and I love all this stuff, and people watch my videos and they're like, they could be like, dude, this dude sucks at freaking enduro. You're damn right I suck. I've never tried it before. Like, I'm really getting into like learning the enduro side of things, and everything I'm doing is like a learning curve. I'm learning how to ride technical, steep and deep. I've always kind of did it and struggled my way through it, but I've never learned how to do it properly and clean it and save energy while you're doing it, and have like a skill set behind it. And so now, like I said, that I'm buying my own stuff, working on my own bikes, able to do all this, I'm just learning. And it's not because I'm good at hard enduro is why I like it, is because I suck at it. That's why I like it. And it's challenging for me, and it's a way to build a new skill set and continue to challenge myself and ride in ways that are hard for me. And that is what's really fun. Furthermore, like, my other attraction to like this stuff back here, which I've talked about before, is just the raw adventure in it all. Not even to do with like necessarily the riding. Yes, the dirt bikes and the riding is part of it, but like just like getting back here in the middle of nothing with my wife, my best friend, or any buddies at that matter too, and just having a good time and making memories. Like, this is so much deeper to me than ripping around in the desert. Like, this stuff is so cool and it's so rad and like gnarly country. It's just really badass, honestly. It's the best way to put it. By the way, so far at this lower speed, like, I'm not pushing it by any means, just kind of cruising. My gearing ratio with the 48.2 sprocket, I'm pretty sure I'm liking it. Well, this is a good spot to maybe stop and get a water break, but I'm pretty much liking it. And my pegs, I'm loving the position of my pegs, that 5 millimeters down and back. I feel like it's helping me like so much with staying standing and traction. My ankles are relearning though, like I'm driving my heels down more. than I've ever drove my heels down ever before. I've always drove my heels down, but I'm driving them down like in this position, and that's a good thing. But my muscles are getting used to it. My ankles are so freaking like tired, like the ligaments or whatever in there. Yeah, it's a little deceiving. Like the way the trail looks like you could like push a little harder than you should. And then when you do, it's like, oh God. Yeah, it doesn't work out very well. I don't know. Yeah, it is a deceiving trail. Like, you don't want to push hard on this trail. Like, I don't know what it is. There's something about it, but to just go out and cruise and enjoy it, it is a good trail.
Let's see if we can get a flow.
Like, it has like flowy sections and goes back to like more kind of enduro sections, and I guess it's just a little harder to remember to transition from like faster flowy to back to more technical and back and forth. Like, you gotta keep your head on a swivel and be ready for the trail to change its temperament at any point in time. That was a little buck wild. I don't know why my bike didn't like that though. That was nice. So here's where the trail gets a little rocky. A couple sections. Woo. Run in, tried washing out on that route. Yeah, that's a decent, more consistent, like, slip point of the clutch there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can almost like stop and go. That's pretty nice. Pretty good. So I think I like my clutch where it is.
I'm short.
Almost. You okay? Oh, that'll be a first gear. I found the only hole in this entire thing. Holy smokes, she's got some nuts. That's second gear. Wow. Super dope. Super sick in second gear there. First gear was like unmanageable. She was like riding a pissed off pony. Sick. Sick. Dopeness. Sick. Some big old mule deer tracks up here.
I gotta come back down this fucking thing? Good Lord. Well, that sucked. Seat down.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that thing did like 2 full flips on top of you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
What hurts?
I honestly, it was just a freak thing.
Holy crap.
I got a Charlie horse who's fucking fast though.
That was so gnarly. Come on, baby. Come on. Ah. Whore. Ready? I'll hope. We're on a steep mother trucker here. Dude, look at that thing.
I know.
They're still rolling.
I'm surprised the bike stopped where it did.
This shit is steep. Oh. It's still going. Yeah, we're lucky it didn't go any further. Damn near vertical. You want hard and arrow? You got it now. Oh my goodness, this is wild.
Well, I ended up here, and the bike's down there, and Wes is gonna ride it up there.
The problem is it's so hot right now, it's not making any power.
He did it. And he succeeded.
Fuck that.
I'm so freaking grateful for that man. Like, I crashed down the hill.
I don't think your bars are bent.
The trail's not even that hard.
Huh?
It's not even hard, like that hard. Like, it's difficult, but it's not hard. It was such a freak thing, dude. But I'm grateful for you. Thank you. The money I have to replace on my bike is, who knows? We'll be to find out.
Got her. Back on the trail. Oh. We got her. Back on the trail. We're so lucky that thing didn't fall down any further. I don't know, you guys saw that rock. This is steep shit. And I was mistaken, the bars ain't even bent on this thing. What a troop. The pipe is how it always was. I don't think it received really any problem. What a trooper. How are you? Good? Mm-hmm. What hurts the most?
I don't know.
You don't know yet? See if everything feels straight on this bike. So far, it feels pretty decent. Nothing feels way out of whack. I feel really bad. That was a unfortunate tip over that is going to take a lot of confidence away from Brooke, and it makes me feel really bad because she's been ripping so good, and you know, sometimes things like that happen, and I just pray that she doesn't lose a bunch of confidence. Hopefully she doesn't lose all that she was building up, because she was doing so good, and man, not very often you get crushed by a motorcycle. It's got some pretty good bark to it. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I haven't figured out yet if this gearing's gonna cause me to shift more or what it's gonna do. So far on this trail, I like it. I feel like it's making second and third just a lot more usable. Some nice shade. Maybe I can have Brooke take a break in here and get her wits more about her. You ride bikes long enough, you will be in that same position where you have a crash that isn't pretty. Has sore muscles, probably some pretty heavy contusion on the muscles. It's gonna be tight for a little bit. So if it's just bike parts and rebuild stuff we gotta do, that's okay. I'll be glad that she is not hurt. And that's when we decided to turn around at that point. It was like, yeah, we don't want to push our luck. This bush is hurt. Yeah! Ooh, don't hit those. That one looked violent. Through here, sink skinny, beautiful. So plush and so smooth. I like. Nice. Ugh. Sorry, sucker. Well, so far, biggest thing with that short little ride was I really think that I like these new placement of these pegs, these motos. I feel like that made a pretty big difference on my rider triangle and just how I could feel the machine and gain traction. Pretty sick. Pretty dope. I feel like it gives the bike a little more tractability and just kind of makes the gears more usable for that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, until next time, guys. Lots and lots of things to learn and try. And if you don't like something, you can always go back.